Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? Welcome in. I'm your host, Spencer the Guru. We'll be breaking down the running back position. Let's move on now to 13 to 24. Y'all, we got, speaking of A-Chain, I know JD had him on one of his busts, but I still think he's a top 24 guy. I got him here at 13 and got James Cook, followed by Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Swift, Zamir White, Aaron Jones, James Conner, Zach Moss, David, Monty Burns, Montgomery, and Austin Ekeler.
Let me jump out here. My issue is James Cook. I want to move him up higher.
You really think James Cook should be top 12? He only scored 2 rushing tugs last year.
I'm not in it for that.
That's got to go up. That's got to go up.
I think he'll have some breakaway tugs outside of the red zone, and that'll be more.
Yeah, he's a 20 to 20 guy.
I like his. I still like his explosiveness too.
I think he'll get.
They drafted that Ray Davis though. I'm a little concerned about that because
but who's going to catch? They don't have any receivers out there, bro. Like James Cook is a playmaker.
James Cook though. Let's see consensus. I think I'm higher on James Cook than consensus. Yeah, the consensus has James Cook as RB 15, so I'm actually a little higher.
I would have him higher than Josh Jacobs. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, the consensus has Josh Jacobs RB 13, so I'm higher on Josh Jacobs in the consensus.
See, here's the thing.
But they still have Jacobs over James Cook.
He can have like 1,400 all-purpose yards with
4 touchdowns or something.
With 80 balls though. With 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's just the touchdowns for him. I'm fine with the way he plays the catches.
I think I can get him up at 12-ish. 11, 12-ish. I think I can get James Cook there because, Joe Brady.
Let's say Josh Allen stops being around the goal line and they just kind of use him a little bit more.
He won't, bro. I'm telling y'all, Josh Allen's their goal line back. He's getting 10 to 12 tugs, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. Joe Brady. You got to go back to why I was even hype on Clyde Edwards-Helaire coming into the league because it was Joe Brady over there in LSU. Then it was when Joe Brady came to the league in 2020 and he's with Carolina. Everything was short and everything was yak, and they pepped Mike Davis and or CMC. And remember, it was mostly Mike Davis that year. He finished 11 overall at running back, and he did it on most of the receptions, really.
And then we saw a picture of his quads, and then everybody drafted him real high.
AJ Dillon, that was like AJ Dillon, bro. Everyone saw his quads and picked him way too high.
I mean, Maurice Jones-Drew, he put quads on the map. He's like, listen, if you want to run crazy, you gotta have quads like this.
Yeah, say quads, bro. I mean,
hey, look, David Thompson too, huh? He has some little tree trunks on him too, bro. That's just how, you know what I mean? It's a quintessential build, I guess.
Yeah, facts. So, what are y'all's thoughts here? I mean, Zamir White, someone I'm pretty high on. He'll be taking over as that primary back. The consensus has him a lot lower than I do. RB 23. I got him RB 19. I think Zamir White's. I think this is his time to shine, bro.
My thing about right now is your hometown hero Kamara, bro. Kamara, if them 4 games he didn't miss them 4 games last year, he had a combined 1,500 yard season.
Yeah, and a bunch of catches, bro. Derek Carr just loves dumping it off to him,
bro. 100%, bro.
He might finish higher. Yeah, he might finish higher than 16. You never know.
He's definitely he's a steal for me right now.
I gotta move him and James Cook up.
Yeah, full PPR for sure. Zach Moss is a mystery, but I think he could still finish there.
Yeah, him and Zamir is a mystery for me both, bro, on everything.
James
White,
James Conner.
Kind of like in the same case of what Devon A-Chain did, he had half of what Mostert did in less carries. I mean, he had 800 yards. Mostert only had 1,000 yards, but he did it on 100 carries. Zamir White had 400 yards, I think, on 200 carries, and Jacobs had 800 yards on 400 carries. You know what I mean? So if you take that production and give him the full season, he damn near ends up what Josh Jacobs finished with, and Josh Jacobs was hold out during last year.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I think Zamir is going to really do well. I think he's set up to shine.
They do.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, they got a lot of backs change teams this year. Joe Mixon, new team. Aaron Jones, new team. Zach Moss, new team. And Zach Moss is another one that I'm higher on than the consensus because everyone's jerking off Chase Brown. But I think Zach Moss is the guy over there. I really do.
Yeah,
he showed he could be the guy when JT was out. And they gave him a pretty decent bag. So to me, people are really sleeping on Zach Moss. That's an elite offense. People forget that because Burrow got hurt last year. The Bengals are going to be back with a vengeance, so I don't get all this Chase Brown hype. Give me Zach Moss.
I was just looking at this startup. I took Achane and David Montgomery as my running backs.
What are y'all thoughts on I got DeAndre Swift right here. I know they got at 18, Roshan Johnson's getting some love. They still got Khalil Herbert. But I think Swift's going to have a pretty solid year there. That Bears offense is trending up, and so I think he's in a good spot. They gave him a nice bag this offseason. I think he was the first running back to fly off the board as far as the free agent frenzy. He was the first domino to fall.
Luke, that's another place where Lugetzi just came from. Where Josh Jacobs could have been a little familiar.
And now Shane Waldron.
They bring in Shane Waldron, who technically likes to feed one guy. I mean, he's been in Seattle. I don't know if that's more of a Pete Carroll thing. They just really just fed Ken Walker, right? Whenever it was Rashad Penny, a healthy back man, just feed him. Whenever it was just Carson, my man, Clyde Carson, what's his name? Chris Carson.
Yeah,
the team.
Yeah. I guess the question there would be the offensive line, because he had it easy with Philadelphia, kind of just running through gashing wide open holes, and then when he's out in open space, he's dangerous. So if they can manufacture touches for him or manufacture space, then he can do well. Of course,
but they always in the past 3 years they've had a top 5 run blocking line. Oddly enough, right? People kind of sleep on that.
Who, Chicago?
Yeah, but I also think it could be skewed because how many times you see a play breakdown, then Fields is just gone for 50. You know what I mean?
Or 70 and a touchdown, or a screen pass, or no, I guess that doesn't matter, right? But yeah.
It adds to, you know what I mean? So,
no, that's true, I guess. But yeah, he had a phenomenal year last year, like I said, running behind that Philadelphia offensive line. So if they can get anywhere close to that, if you can get like 75% of that, then where he's being drafted now, then he should finish above his ADP.
You're going to see a bunch of big packages too, I mean, because it is Shane Waldron, it's a lot of 3 wide receiver sets and a lot of 12 personnel. That's what you're going to see a ton of, you know what I mean? And even I don't know if what do they call it, 13 personnel when it's 3 tight ends. You'll see a lot of that, though. I'm just saying, and usually when they're doing that, it's because they're running, you know what I mean? So I do like the idea of Swift. It's really just the health. I mean,
and what about him also being more of I feel like for me, he seems like a change of pace type of back. Like he's not necessarily a type of dude who's just going to go in there and demand all the touches.
They have been rotating him and Roshan.
What about Khalil Herbert? They have a couple of backs Khalil there. Herbert,
so I don't think he even makes the team, or he's a return guy at best. That's how I view Khalil Herbert. Like he's depth.
I would have Swift out there returning these new kickoffs, man. That's what I would do.
I would too, right? Because that's what they're doing. But
would he be game script proof this year?
I don't know what he is like. I don't know what he's like in pass.
Yeah, I don't know.
Think about this. You did see a lot of Kenneth Gainwell whenever it was third downs.
Kenneth doesn't like him. Derek does, though.
So you saw how they didn't really trust Swift out there with their to protect their franchise guy. Now you got Caleb's the same thing. So I mean, and Roshan is a bigger back, and his pass pro grade is better. So there's that. You know what I mean? I mean, we could see, and it's not that they won't throw the ball on early downs because it is a Shane Waldron offense. I mean, Ken Walker, was he like a 30 reception guy on a year, right? And I'm just relating that because that's where Shane Waldron's coming from. So if we could expect that, because Roshan is the better pass pro guy and he will be involved a ton. And I just love Roshan Johnson. He might never be a thing.
Yeah, I dropped Javonte a ton, kidda, because Ekeler and Moss as a Javonte. I read the blurb, bro, and I dropped Javonte a ton. Y'all are gonna be shocked at how low I have.
They might cut him.
Yeah, I'm not super in love with Javonte.
Make the team. I had to drop him.
B-Rob the mob. It was respect on his name, and just slot out Ekeler and put B-Rob right there.
The thing with Ekeler, bro, with the kid Jaden Daniels, that's going to be an explosive offense, and so I'm high on Ekeler. I think he's going to, as a rookie QB, he's going to dump off a good amount to Ekeler. And I think Ekeler, he showed that he could be a goal line back with the Chargers. He might get double-digit tugs in that offense.
Yeah, I'm not saying away from Ekeler. Not at all this year.
Yeah, me neither. I think he's
I'm off of him.
Gonna be more fancier Chase Edmonds, because I'm looking at it as the Cliff Kingsbury offense that we saw a James Conner routinely finish within the top 8 or better. So
I'll draft Najee. I'll draft Najee over him, over Ekeler.
Yeah, I like Najee.